My business is being attacked by ANTIFA squirrels. I call them that because they destroy property, they don't work, they're absolute scumbags, and they don't pay taxes. And let me tell you something, they ate my seatbelt buckle, they're eating the back of my drill I found this morning. This means absolute war. This is a Conibear 110. I mounted it to the underside of the soffit because this is a spot where they're coming in and out. And they call it the Conibear 110 because it has 110 pounds of pressure between the crushing jaws. Your average Conibear trap goes from 110 all the way up to 330 mag, and it's used to catch anything from squirrel all the way to beaver. You have to be careful where you set these because people's cats and dogs have been known to get in there, and anything that goes inside a Conibear trap is not coming out. This is a pretty fancy trap setter right here. You don't need to go with this, but when you're setting a Conibear 330, it gets super sketchy, and this is the best one on the market that I found. It's kind of expensive. I think it was somewhere between $30 and $50 or something like that, but it's worth it. There's the trap safety right here. It's a little bit rusty and it wasn't really in the right spot. You want your safety as close to the eye loops as possible that the trap setters are holding, and it wasn't set up in the right spot before I started cinching it down. That's why you see I had to move it over a little bit. This is what it looks like when it's in the right position. It should just go in flawless like that, snap right into place, and not be a dickhead. So at this point, your trap spring is under tension, your safety is on, and from here, what you want to do is finish setting the trap with the bait and the plate dog that's on there. Right here is where I fell off the ladder, so I just set the trap the rest of the way. However, I will show you how to do the rest of it when we go inside into the milk crate set. You will see that in a minute. We're going to slow this down a little bit so you can see up at the top you have the trigger is set. The bait is on the bait fork, and I slowly take my hand away, and then when your hand is completely clear of the crushing jaws is when you take the safety off. It only took one single day to catch the first and second ANTIFA squirrel. Trapping is so very effective and it often gets overlooked. For a means of putting food on the table, it is far more effective than any gun. You could have 12, 13, 40 of these things out there hunting and working for you every minute of every day. Another cool thing about traps is that they never run out of ammo, so you could reuse the same trap for 15, 20, 30 years. The other trap setter would not fit inside the crate, so I'm going to use this scissor style one. These ones are good for getting into narrow areas if you have it, deep buried inside a hole or something like that. When you first start becoming a trapper, you'll find very quickly that it'll force you to become creative. The milk crate's really cool because you could just use string to tie it however you want inside the crate, and then you could put the crate wherever you want. So you saw I compressed the spring, I put the safety on. Now I could put my hands inside the trap. I open it up the rest of the way. I set the trigger. And what you can see there on the trigger fork, it's actually, I put a piece of Brillo and I bent the fork wires around it so that there's something there. And then I just covered the Brillo with peanut butter, and that brings them right in, just like that. Now you have to remember to take the safety off. If you do not, you're going to be down an entire day. Your trap will be sprung part way, and your bait will be gone. So you'll have to rebait the trap, and you have to come back again the next day.
A few moments later.